Namaste, beautiful souls. The angels are saying it doesn't need to be so intense. The light doesn't need to be so strong, so intense. It can be gentle light too. And they're saying this because so many of you are having such intense ascension symptoms. And you're welcome to share in the chat what you've been experiencing physically and, mentally and emotionally, and also in the 3D world, like what's been happening in your world. Like, what ascension symptoms have you been having? And ascension symptoms mean that you're shedding all the layers and you're opening up to carry more light. And then the physical body has to acclimatize to the amount of light you can carry. Now, sometimes this can be quite strong and overwhelmingly intense. And it brings tears of love to me because I understand and I'm here with you and I see you and I want you to know you're not alone. And the angels are saying that it doesn't need to be so intense. We can have gentle inputs of very high frequency light, but it can be more gentle on the body. And so from my own experience that I've been channeling, since I was young, channeling extremely high frequency light. So I've been used to it, but it then goes up a notch and then it goes up more. And the more I'm noticing that I'm teaching groups and doing more group work, because in the groups I channel so much light so that each person in the group receives. And so it's getting stronger coming through me. And with that, what I've noticed is that my ascension symptoms have gotten even stronger. So it feels, I don't know how long this has been, but I've had like brain fog and like a vertigo that's different. I've had vertigo in the past, which is when I was ungrounded, but I'm very, very grounded. The more I've been doing this work, so I'd say over the last 5-6 years, where we're doing it more and more, it feels like I've become, the angels have really settled me into myself so that I can hold more light, hold more space. And I'm sure you can feel I feel you all. I have deep compassion. And what I realized today is I was like, whoa, there used to be ego in this space. Like there used to be, I remember what ego is. I remember that there was like this voice that would say, oh, you need to do this for like a reason, a third dimensional reason. And I noticed that has gone, and it's taken a lifetime to dissolve it with a lot of love and patience. That's what it takes to dissolve. Just being really tender and kind with yourself and observing the layers when they come up and holding space for yourself, and they do dissolve. And they do release. And so what I'm getting to here is that these ascension symptoms that I'm experiencing, a lot in the head, the brain, I used to feel kind of like, oh, whoa, it's a lot. Like, how do I get to be human and channel and the message that the angels bring through, because I feel like some of you might be going through this, is that if you are experiencing it, then you are ready for it. It is meant for you and you can handle it. Yeah, and so from my own personal experience, what I've noticed is I just don't go out much. I'm less inspired to do, and I just love being. And so that might happen for you too. You actually have life changes. So don't try to fit into an identity or a box that you used to be, because that you don't fit in there anymore. And give space and allow that which is unfolding, the new you that's coming here. And so just go with what feels good. If you feel like going out, then go out and be out there in nature. And if you feel like resting in your room, then just do that. Like, give yourself permission to be with what is and what you're experiencing. And really, the angels want you to know that you can handle this light, because if it's coming in for you, then you're ready for it. And then it's just what happens is you try to fit into a life that you can't fit in with anymore. So that's where the adjustment is needed. So just really giving yourself more space to see, what do you want to do with your day and your moments and your life, rather than what you used to do. Yeah. So this is what's coming in strong. And that the angels want you to know that the amount of light that's coming in for you right now, it's immense, it's powerful, and you'll feel physical shifts and changes in your body, and the light knows how to heal you. The light holds the information, the codes of wisdom, of wholeness. So just surrender. Surrender means have patience and don't try to push with the lower mind, with the ego. Give space, give time for the body to catch up with this amount of light. And trust and know that you are ready, that you are part of the wave of ascension, meaning that on earth, there's going to be a lot more heart-centered people, more and more people that are just going to be dissolving the ego, so less run by a mind that is run off fear and worry and doubt, and rather a heart that's guiding from soul, that's saying, hey, this is what I feel inspired to do. And then you unfold and flow in that direction. Someone asked a question, and asking about like, what is releasing? And I feel that this question that they've asked about releasing is really important, because I'm going to channel the angels at the end and answer this question. And then you're really all going to understand what the angels keep talking about this releasing. There's something else that I've sat here and written, what the angels want to share with you. So I'm going to read it. You are awake. You are conscious. You are aware. And you choose to keep evolving. You choose to keep evolving. And it means that when a challenge comes in, when something that's more difficult, that brings uncomfortable emotions and might unruffle your mind, you are ready for it because you are choosing to keep evolving, which means that you already have the practice of awareness in place so that you don't get totally lost and entangled in whatever it is that is causing disturbance in your life. You are awake and you remember the truth that you are a soul, you are divine light having a human experience. So you might sometimes all of a sudden be clouded and forget this truth because you are so triggered. And the angels brought through an example, being triggered by a family member that says something to you and it makes you feel insecure and vulnerable about yourself, and then your ego gets defensive and you say something to them to defend yourself. And what's happening in that moment, you forget that you're a soul and this is a dream that you're dreaming, and you take the character and you play the role and you get entangled in it. But then you remember, then you come back to awareness, then you become more conscious and aware, and you go, oh, wow, I lost awareness for a moment there, I got entangled, but that's okay. I got to play the character and really play it well. So you forgive yourself immediately because there's no forgiving even needed. You give yourself more love because you remember and you were just playing the role, and now you're back in awareness. And these practices, these experiences where you get triggered are opportunities to dissolve the ego, to let go of shadow, fear, so that it no longer runs your system. And so then you thank the trigger, the person, energetically or with a message, and then you let it all go. You know, wow, that was meant to happen. I learned from it. I let it go now. And you learn from it. And you keep growing because you are here to keep evolving. And this is part of evolution. You are emptying out. See it as a growth experience, an opportunity, and accept it quickly. Don't feel guilt. Don't feel bad. Let it go and know it's divine perfection. No blame. No blaming others, no blaming yourself. No, it's divine perfection. If it happened, it was meant to happen. You've released something. No shame. No blaming yourself, because that's what shame is. No, it's always meant to be. If it happens, it's meant to be. It's part of the great plan. And know that the sooner and quicker you accept that, the sooner and quicker you continue to flow in the light that you are. And then the angels guided me, channeled through me. They wrote, protect and structure is what the masculine energy brings. Protection and structure. And the divine feminine brings fluidity, intuition, receiving, stillness, presence. So in order to go into the feminine, you need the masculine. You need to feel safe, protected, have structure, feel held. When you feel safe, then you surrender and you flow with the divine feminine. So the angels really want you to know that both the divine masculine and the divine feminine are needed and appreciated. So notice in your life where you have structure, where you're creating structure in your life, where there's protection, where there's things that are placed in a certain way, so that you can then flow and relax and be with the divine feminine that flows in the structure of the divine masculine. And that's what's happening here. Oneness, consciousness, God. And then within that, the divine feminine dance of being who you are. And then the last point the angels are speaking through is many temptations of old patterns and residue, mind, emotion. So what this is you might notice that you've done some big work. For example, you've been present and observed a ego release. It's come up strong for you, and you've remained the witnesser, the observer of this egoic pattern. And so, for example, it is that you try to control in order to feel okay. So you try to control others or your own life, and it's based off fear. And then you sat with that fear and you breathed through it and you held space for it. And then the light of your soul dissolved it and released it. So you released it, you cried, you felt, you would just, whatever came up for you, you were shaking, you were vibrating, you released it. Maybe you released it in absolute silence, meditating on it, just sitting with it. It released, it let go. It's no longer in your energy field. But then all of a sudden you noticed a residue pattern. You're like, oh wow, I can see a little bit of that control is still here. That's normal. You pulled out the major root and dissolved it, and then there's still like tiny little roots and cords that are still there that you're then releasing. The way that you release it, the way that you dissolve it is through awareness. Maintain awareness, just watch. Hold space for it and it will clear. It will raise in frequency and no longer be in your field and in your body. So the angels just want you to know that the many temptations, for example, you're dissolving a habit of wanting to eat junk food or sweets or whatever it is that you're craving. And so you're consciously using your energy by being aware, and when the craving comes up, you dissolve it, you're not going into it, and you're just sitting with the feeling in the body and breathing, and the feeling bubbles up to the surface and you release it. And then you see the mini temptations come in, like 2 days later, oh, you're craving an ice cream. And then you're like, oh, that's a mini temptation that Natalie was talking about. It's the old pattern. You've released the major root, but it's a residue mental emotion pattern. It'll be much easier when it's the residue. You sit with it, you hold space for it, and you breathe into the area in your body that feels most intense, and you breathe out. And there you dissolve that mini temptation, that residue energy. That's it. So it's beautiful because all these messages from the angels are coming through me to you with so much love. There is so much light channeling through me to the point that my whole body's tingling. I feel like the room is turning into light and I'm surrendering into it. I trust and know that I can channel an immense amount of light because you all are receiving deeply. So receive it, feel it. Yeah. Notice where it's going inside your body, how it's moving through you, what's releasing, how much more light is entering in. It's gentle light, gentle light. Just be with it, breathe into it. Yeah. Beautiful. And share in the comments how it makes you feel, how you're feeling with this gentle light that's coming in. And go and read other people's comments and support them. We're all here. This is a loving community. We're all here to support each other. And you're welcome to subscribe and stay here and feel the community love. I'm really building this community from a place of love. I want you to be able to feel like you're safe and held, and this is where you can come and just be you, share in the group, and feel the love and support from everyone. Yeah. And if you want to join my email community, I send like a newsletter and invitations to special events, then you can email me as well. Natalie@natalienamaste.com. And also I have a gift for you on my website, which is natalienamaste.com. On the front page, the first page, the home page, there's a gift, a meditation. So you can sign up for that, and then you'll be automatically signed up for my beautiful email group. And then you'll receive this meditation, which is powerful. It protects you. It helps to release blockages. It raises your frequency. Yeah, so go and get that now as well. And maybe some of you aren't aware, I also have an Instagram where I share short, powerful messages and tools. And my Instagram is Natalie Namaste with an _ at the end. Yeah, so come and join all these different spaces and places where I'm sharing love. now I am going to, and also you can read below all the offerings that I have. If you want to come, if you feel like, oh, I love Natalie, I feel a connection, then I have different groups, sessions and courses, so you can read that below. And I have one every 11th of the month, and it's just $11. So I just want it to be all inclusive. And if you don't have $11, please let me know, because there are other people in this loving community that will do a pay it forward, that will pay for you to join. So we don't want money to stop you. I'll also invite you. I invite many people to come and join the group. So please, if you want to join on the 11th and you don't have $11, let me know. Email me, okay? You're welcome to come and join this very healing live group. And even if you can't join the live, you'll receive the recording. So it's good that you sign up, and then you'll receive. So I'm going to the question now. One thing that the angels keep saying is that things are releasing. My mind is wondering, how do I know if something is a release? Do things appear? Okay, so I'll answer that first. How do I know if something is a release? So you'll know, you'll be paying attention, meaning being aware of yourself. And you could feel physically, on the physical, so sometimes you'll feel a contraction, like a tightness. And then after you bring awareness, presence, you're just watching and meditating on that space. The release is then where you feel a lightness come in, or it goes from contracted to expanded, or you feel tension in your shoulders, and then you bring awareness to your shoulders, and then the release is you knowing, oh, there's a difference here. So physically you can feel the release. Mentally, the release is like this. Your mind is ruminating, it's going reoccurring thoughts, it's grasping onto something, and then you bring love, an awareness to your mind, and you say, mind, I see you bringing this to my attention. You keep bringing this up. I love you. It's okay. I see you. I hold you close. And then you just hold space for your mind, and it releases. And then how you notice the release is you feel more empty, clearer, and more peaceful in the mind. So, and then emotionally, so emotions, often we can feel the emotions in our body. So you might feel it in your body, like in your chest or in your belly, in your stomach. And you bring awareness there, you hold space for it. And the release is where you feel lighter and an expansion. Or you might cry, or you might tremble, or you might feel the emotion get bigger and stronger. And then all of a sudden it's gone. That's the release of the emotion. So emotions release physically through tears, through shaking, through sweating, through blushing, through sound, many different ways the emotion releases. Release means that what once was here inside your system, energetically and physically, emotionally and mentally, is now let go of. It dissolves. It goes back into energy form and is removed from you so that it's no longer in your system. Yeah. So then those are all of the releases. Let's continue with your question. Do things appear in the collective reality that are not releases? Yes. Okay, so sometimes you might have an overwhelming feeling of love, and it's just come out of nowhere. That's a collective. That means that somehow many people, the collective, many people are feeling love that day. Like often I notice on a Friday, there's a lighter feeling in the air because so many people work Monday to Friday. And on the Friday, they're like, I got the weekend. I feel it. I feel the collective. So sometimes it can feel like really, really light and buzzy, and then sometimes on a Monday you might notice, whoa, there's a collective feeling of like heaviness, or sometimes that happens. Where people are like, oh, I'm going back to work. Or sometimes there's something big that happens in our world, like 9/11. The collective, we all felt it. And even though it was such a tragic, tragic event, what it did was it cracked our hearts open to compassion, to love. We stopped being the small individual I, and we came back to, you know what, we're all in this together. What can I do to be more love? And like right now, what's happening in LA and what's happening, more and more, like in Paris, more and more people many are standing up and speaking their truth, and then many are being called to stay home and just be in the light that they are, and that is helping as well. So like some people choose to speak up, people choose to just be in stillness. Both of those ways are absolutely perfect and are working. Being the light that you are is helping so immensely. So you choose what is right for you. And just know that we are all affected by the collective. Like when more people are standing up for the truth, standing up for what's right, then you will feel it. You will feel it. And so sometimes it feels really light and like, whoa, here we are making a big difference in the world. And sometimes you feel like there's a war in the world, and it might make you feel a different energy. So it doesn't always mean that we're releasing it when you feel it. Sometimes it just means that you're tapping in to a great divine knowing that we are all one and we are all connected. Yeah. But most of the time, when you feel something so deep and so strong, and it's an uncomfortable emotion, it moves through you and out of you, and it does release. And when it releases through you, it is releasing for the collective. So a lot of the time, it is a release. And then when there's these immense, beautiful, high frequency, collective high frequency energies, and there's a lot of these happening, more and more the angels are showing me community. This is why I've moved from, I'm doing less one-on-ones and more group, because the angels have guided me to, they're like, Natalie, bring people together, because each and every one of those beautiful souls that comes into community is creating a divine pattern of color and light, and that pattern is bigger than just helping one person. And so the collective, you're starting to feel it and know it. We're raising in frequency, we're more and more in our heart, and we can feel each other, and it's beautiful. So back to your question. Is it possible to fail to release it correctly? The angels are going like this with me. No, impossible. Impossible to fail. The lower mind tries to understand. It goes, what's happening? And how can I do this? And how can I release? It doesn't need to get involved. The release is energetic and it happens naturally, and the lower mind doesn't need to get involved. Sometimes the lower mind likes to understand how it's happening and it likes to get involved, but it doesn't need to. So let me just read the question again. Is it possible to fail to release correctly? No, no, no. You will always release exactly as is needed. Dear ones, we are here with you. Oh, we bring through so much love. There is nothing you can do wrong in this world, dear ones. You just be you. And that is the divine perfection. You cannot fail at anything. You are consciousness. You are God having a human experience. You have a mind. You get to experience emotions. You get to play the role of the character that you're playing. But the truth of you is you are the oneness. You are pure love. and pure love can do nothing wrong. Pure oneness gets to experience itself in many different ways. And so whichever way you release, it will be natural. It will be the natural way for your soul essence to release. It might be breathing in and breathing out a deep sigh. It might be tears, maybe just one tear from one eye. Just observe and notice how it's happening. You don't need to control it. It happens naturally and uniquely for each one of you. So when you release, you just observe and know that it's happening and trust. And if your mind is trying to get involved, just hug your mind and say, my soul's got this. It's happening beyond, in a higher dimension. And so it is. Each of you releases in your divine way, and it is in absolute perfection. We love you as you are. And our intention for you all is that you can love and see yourself the way that we see you. We would love you to love yourself the way that we love you, with infinite love. Feel our love for you. Don't be so hard on yourself. You are so beautiful and so perfect. We love you. Feel this love in your heart. Wow, wow, wow. Thank you, angels. Thank you for channeling through me in such a deep and loving way. Whew. Okay, back to, I just want to make sure that I've answered the question fully. And then you've gone to ask maybe an abstract question or linear ego type question. It's both. Your question is both, so thank you for asking it. I've just been trying to understand releasing and healing for a while. Well, please let me know if I've answered your question fully, and if there is more that you want to know about this, then you can let me know, and maybe you'll be joining me when I'm teaching about healing. I teach Reiki level 1, level 2, masters, and I'll be teaching a holistic healer at some point too. So you can join if it feels right for you, but you've got to check in and ask your soul if it's right for you. Yeah. So beautiful souls, we come to the end of another beautiful time together. From my heart and my soul, Namaste.